Oh, shit. Hi, I'm Lisa for wtfLisa Tarot. I get messages through songs in other ways. It's so weird. This is a giant bag of cats. Frequency, energy, it's weird. I have one earbud in, one earbud out. Like, share, subscribe, follow, drop a tip, Cash App, wtfLisa Tarot. So my store, wtfLisa eBay. It is a random store. Why? Because that's what eBay was created to be. Readings, soap, and bath bombs are available at wtfLisa Etsy. I got Jimi Hendrix in my ear, which is always a good time, and it's the song Fire. Only one burning desire. Let me stand next to your fire. Now, usually he says I have one burning desire, but he said itching there, and then it just threw me off. Now, I just started over. Let me grab some coffee. All right. Now dig this, baby. You don't care for me, and I don't care about that. The new fool, I like to like that. Oh, the lyrics stopped. Only want a burning desire. Let me stand next to your fire. Oh, dear. Now dig this, baby. You don't like me, but I'm still gonna try to get next to you. That's terrible fucking vibes. I don't like this at all. What part of I don't like you makes you think I want you standing next to my fire, honey? Listen here, baby. I think you're just about to roast a marshmallow energetically, not in real life. This person can't get next to your fire. They can't handle the heat. They can't handle the energy. Let me stand next to your fire. Queen of Cups. Somebody's got a boner for you. Justice. However, Two of Coins. They can't stand next to your fire. We do have this energy of the, if you're on the divine path, they can tell you have a soul or, you're light. It's like that Suki and True Blood thing that just keeps coming up again recently for me. I work like 20 different jobs, and I'm always somewhere different. Most of the time, it depends. And then I was at this one job, and I was talking with someone pretty cool, and somehow True Blood came up, but we were discussing it. It was so weird. We had a little bit of downtime at that night, so we were talking spiritual things, and then somehow the topic of True Blood and how it relates to spirituality came up. It was a very cool conversation. And then, like a couple days later, same venue, I happen to be working again. Same place, building, whatever you want to call it. And the fucking theme song to True Blood plays. And I'm like, what the hell? And it never played there before. Most of the night, they had been playing a mix of some oldies. And then there was like Britney Spears inexplicably in there. And I'm like, what? We have all these oldie songs, and then we hear Hit Me Baby One More Time, and I'm like, this isn't fair. And then more oldies, and then the True Blood theme song, and I'm like, what is happening in this building? And then just the last couple days, the theme keeps coming up, phase, and them trying to steal your light. And then the idea of, Suki being around humans, she could hear everyone's thoughts. It was overwhelming. It was horrible. It was awkward. It was not the best feeling. And she found comfort being around vampires who she couldn't read because she could actually take a break. Although her life got worse, though. Could she really have a break? Because they brought murder and death and just all these horrible things to it. The trade-off isn't great. Seven of Wands, Knight of Cups. You have to be careful who you let in because they can drain you. You start off as a Queen of Cups. I'm not calling signs on this because it doesn't have anything to do with that. It's almost like your soul, your life force is what I'm seeing with the Cups. No matter your sign, they try to drain you to bring you down. Bring down your vibration is one way that people put it, because in lower level entities can deal with you easier if you're in a low level vibe. So they see you happy, or you're just thriving, you're doing whatever. There's a light about you. What is this? Oh my god. So it's a song called 1 Dozen Berries by Chuck Berry. And that's what it says up here. I don't know if you guys can see it. The glare is weird for me. But then it says, All I Have to Do Is Dream by the Everly Brothers. It has two different songs in one. And neither one matches. I wonder if there's lyrics. There's no lyrics, so I couldn't see. What if it was a third song with the lyrics? It's like Chuck Berry's 1 Dozen Berries is playing. I guess it's the name of the song because it's hard to read it in the album cover. And then it says, all I have to do is dream by the Everly Brothers. 2 different types of artists. And watch, the third one has, like, the lyrics to We Are the Champions or something. Like, it just, they don't mesh. I mean, while the song's playing, it's alright. It's no big deal. But at the end, I mean, it doesn't make sense. With this admiration, but a shady individual man stealer. But the man stealer, and they could be trying to steal your life. You have destiny thieves. You have people who think they're going to swap with you. They think if they copy you and then drive you away, then they can just take over your life and be you. That's a weird thing. For me, I've had this online where, for instance, an example would be, this lady, like years ago, I used to play games, these things called hashtag games, and he'd write jokes. And I had a little bit of a following from it because it was associated with a TV show. So this lady, her name was Mary, which is, I can say her name because I've known like 800 Marys online. Which one you are, if, I don't know if she's watching, I don't want to know, she creeps me out. Anyway, she was a total dork. Nobody seemed to like her. She was a little annoying, but I just thought, oh, you know, though, she seems nice. I asked her if she wanted to host a game with me. It's where when you host, you would come up with a topic, and then you would just retweet people and you play. And she was like, cool. And then she was so annoying trying to DM and talk to you. All she wanted to do was talk about 800 different TV shows. And I'm like, okay, I don't watch TV, or I'm at work. Let's just stick to the game and then go. I have Girls Not Grey by AFI. I haven't heard this in a while. This song is cool. She was just annoying. So after the game, I was like, all right, bye. I didn't talk to her for years. But she would pop up occasionally on my feed. Or if I just saw a tweet, I'd just retweet it to be nice and go on. I never thought about this person. She started copying my kind of style. She started doing dance videos like I did. And she would just kind of steal some of my jokes a little bit, but change it just enough. And I was like, this is creepy. But then I just ignored it. And then more of her friends started doing that. And she wasn't the one who started doing that, by the way. There were people long before, but they were all friends. And they just, this weird group of these, they're older. A lot are cat ladies. A lot are housewives that married, like, down low gay men. So they're always drinking, popping pills and stuff because they made a mistake. And they, instead of fixing their life, they make it worse. These are just terrible people. A lot of them are just monitoring spirits. Some told me they were just crazy different stories. But the one thing that connected them is they were all mentally ill, lonely people who met online and made up this fantasy high school world. And then they would tell stories about people that didn't really actually talk to. But it could look like you were somewhat social if you're playing a game with strangers and you're just you're retweeting things because you're like, this is funny, but you don't know this person because you're just playing a game. And to them, this is like high school. This is what I experienced. So then I'll be at work and I'll be doing different things. And I would talk about my life online a little bit just so people would understand I don't know you because this is what I'm doing. You're over here doing this. I'm doing this. They still didn't understand. They were like, no, I'm a part of that. I have never met you, sir. We've never even spoken online. You know, and for some of you, that's my example. I use myself as an example because I believe heavily in each one, teach one. Usually, if I'm talking about something that's like this, as far as spiritual readings go, it's because I probably experienced it. Or I have a little experience, so I can talk about it a little bit. With the crime ones, I have zero experience with that stuff, and I don't know why I get it. Because I don't hang out with criminals, I don't watch the news. News stories do come to me that confirm things, and I mean, lately I have been looking a little more because of Diddy. I had so many of those weird butt cupping readings and herpy harem and people doing weird. And then I think I had a couple where I said it was a watermelon or a Scorpio. And now I'm just tripping because, another reader friend of mine for like the last year. We don't talk a lot because life and the spiritual path, but she's amazing. If you're watching, hi. We've talked about it long before this came out. We've been talking about it. I used to fucking work for Usher. I knew there was a reason, like a year ago. And this is like another one of those things where a lot of you have dealt with these people trying to drag you down, lower your vibe. You know the game, you know the score, you know how they are. They do the weird little things to try to, I have Raise Your Glass by Pink, to slowly make you frustrated, it's a whole thing. Right, turn off the lights, we're gonna lose our minds tonight, what's the deal? So it took you a long time to figure it out. Some of you are at a spot you kind of know now, but it's still a pain in the ass, right? Because those people, it takes a long time for some of them to fucking fuck off. One of the things that irritated me is I told that story about Mary. So then I blocked her eventually because I was just so creeped out by her. And I remember one day she got real condescending with me. I forgot over what. That's just the tone of the message. And then I just blocked her because I was like, this bitch copies me, and then she's being condescending. Yet she still complains that no one wants to date her and all this weird. She's just this weird lady, and I'm like, fuck this shit. I don't need it. So anyway, block her. A couple years later, I have this other friend that I talked to who I liked a lot. And he DMs me we had long conversations. He knew I had a lot of people blocked for weirdness. And he DMs me one of her tweets one night, and he's like, I think she's just great. And I said, I have her blocked. She literally copies me. Do you notice a similar theme in her jokes to mine? And he's like, yeah, but, and I was like, no. Do not send me tweets from this person. Don't send me tweets from anyone associated with her. I told you. I have PTSD from these weird people, because she isn't the only one. There's a whole group. Some had weird phone calls. She was the least concerning of them, but she was an example of a weird copycat. Anyway, so I gave him one more opportunity. Because generally, if you start bringing around people I told you that I cannot be around, whether it's online or not, you're gone. You're out. You're not staying. Because if I give you a chance, you'll do it again. And if I give you a chance, you'll do it again. And it's just a constant cycle of pissing me off and doing this for no reason. Not to mention, friends do not lay down with the enemy. If you play both sides, you're not a friend. You need to fucking leave. Oh shit, my glass is empty. That sucks. So if you're too school for cool, and you're treated like a fool. So he said, all right, I gave him another chance. Within a couple days, he's sending me more fucking tweets from people I told him. I think he sent me another one from her. And I'm like, we literally just went over this the other day. And he's like, oh, I didn't mean to, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you're gone. I haven't talked to that person since the beginning of the year. Just had another friend I've known for years. Same fucking thing. Leveling up. What is it? You're trying to move on. I mean, I got sexual fantasies here. That's gross. You're trying to move on, fatal attraction, do your thing, but you have these creeps who, another thing I get. For me, online people get the weirdest. I have other ones that have these entire fantasy lives where they think I fell in love with them based on the weather conversation we had online 5 years ago. And then they show back up out of nowhere and they're like, why don't you love me? I'm ready to marry you now, or some weird shit. And I'm like, who the fuck are you? And it takes forever. It's just this nightmare. It's like, what are you doing? You swat the flies. Now, it doesn't happen so much anymore. That used to happen a lot. Now, most people are afraid of me because I'm mean online. Yeah, well, it's called defense, baby. But I have no fucking patience. And then having a tarot channel helps keep the idiots away. Hey! Got that! The big payback! Revenge! I have The Payback by James Brown. Now, if I get spirited, I'm sorry. I love this song. You have no idea. I'm mad. The big payback. Gotta get back. I don't get the energy that you're getting revenge, though. What I see is the people who try to be creepy with you, trying to get revenge on you for saying no because they're creepy. You're still over there like, why are you such an asshole? And then they just keep hurting themselves because they're getting revenge for no reason. I'm mad. You get down with my girlfriend. That ain't right. I love the song. The energy just, I'm going to kick your ass. But not really. Just, energetically. We are more alike than I'd like to admit, but I don't trust you. We aren't alike. Someone just has it in their head. Your copycats think, if they can just copy you, they will be you. Or, I don't know what they think, really. It doesn't make sense. A lot of these people are grown adults. It's like, why are you weird? I don't trust you. A lot of these people are on the outskirts. I sold me a chicken change. Yes, you did. You told me you did. They had it all arranged. Some of you know your fake friends, frauds, finanglers, monitoring spirits, all of them. Honey, the game's been over for a long time. Why are you still trying to play? The big payback. I'm not getting revenge on you, honey. Your own actions. You essentially are getting revenge on yourself. You're an idiot. You had weird ideas, weird plans. When you were simply told no, you freaked out, you acted weird, and now the payback is I don't do no damn squealing. I can't. Your own bullshit. The consequences of your own fucking bullshit. You basically got revenge on yourself. You're not part of my plan. Yeah, you didn't think that through, you fucking weirdo. I can dig rapping. I can't dig that backstabbing. I'm with you, James Brown. I know I made a mistake. They know they're weird, and instead of fixing it, they're like, how about I make 20 more mistakes? Maybe they won't notice that first one. This is for Chicago. Let me hit 'em. Bow, bow, hey, hey. I love this song. The energy is intense, and it's awesome. Just feel like someone's trying to get revenge on you. This is for Atlanta. It's just all over the world, to me. I know they're suggesting different places around the states, but we all go through this. Those people like that, the monitoring spirits, the weird copycats, they're on a hive mind, and they're programmed, this is for Los Angeles. They're glitching bad, especially now. The other day I witnessed, I'm trying to not open Twitter because I hate it, but it's part of my deal. I have to watch the downfall, and then I'm supposed to piss off a couple of people. It's a weird thing, but they're terrible people. We're talking like pedos and creeps. So, the other day I'm looking, and these people are like so excited over a fucking 4-year-old joke. Like they just heard it. I'm safe and sound. This is my happy song by Capital Cities. Why? Because when you pull it up, just the video, the people dancing makes me happy. Look at that. That's greatness. I love people dancing. But they have to have clothes on. Why? Because sometimes you get the Donald Trump body types and they're naked and you're just like, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. You don't want to see that. We're safe and sound. Once you know about these things, you know how to handle them. You just kind of keep your distance and watch them fuck up. You're safe and sound. You're the roadrunner. They're the wily ass coyotes. They paint a hole in the wall, and they forgot they painted it, and they just run right into it. And you're like, oh my God. I was talking about this last night or the other night. I don't remember when I pulled those cards. It was recent though. I usually like to post the same day that as soon as I read, I like to post, but time has been very unusual. I feel like an energy too is some people have gotten away with some bullshit for a bit, but it's all going to catch up at once and be very hard. Your body language says so much. A lot of them, you can tell they look like they've aged very rapidly over the last couple of years. Things are falling apart. They're always sick. Some of them I mentioned, like, and you're going to say it's crazy. I don't care. It's a tarot channel. Like, literally. Some people have demons in them. I don't know if that's the actual word to say, but that's just the only word I can think of to describe it. Until I find another explanation, we're just going to go with the spooky terms. They have a demon in them. You can see it in their eyes. If you've dealt with a narcissist and you've gotten to that point where you've seen the black eyes of a narcissist, and if you know what that is, you know. You cannot unsee that, and it fucking haunts you forever. That would be one way. Another thing, when their face gets weird. Their actions, sometimes they'll do things and it seems like they're in a trance. It's very odd behavior. Some of you will start noticing it more on a bigger scale. I think some people are about to start glitching out even worse. Even if the sky is falling down, I know that we'll be safe and sound. Everyone can call you Chicken Little for saying this, but then when it happens, they never give you credit, do they? Well, you could have been prepared, but instead you were a jackass. A lot of different vibes here, but whatever it is, I just see a lot of, I do see a lot of monitoring spirits, people like that, weird copycats, just the NPC hive minds being cleared away. But however, like cockroaches, more ones will appear. Same thing, you cut the head off a snake, another one grows in its place. So yes, these ones will clear out, but they're on a hive mind, so you'll probably get copies of their copies of their copies. Although I see it's going to be in less numbers. The copies, the NPCs are dwindling. The world, you'll see it. Knight of Swords, Seven of Coins, Chariot. A lot of them will have to leave. Page of Cups because they're expired. No more juice. We started off with a Queen. They couldn't drain you. They drained themselves trying to drain you with this Temperance, Three of Cups. A lot of them celebrated a victory before they had it, and that celebration is what zapped them. Either way, with the Sun, it's pretty clear star. Hermit. They've been benched. Four of Cups. They're going to be gone. Some of you will experience new monitoring spirits, new tests, new levels, new devils. I have Chutes and Ladders by Korn. I mentioned games earlier. Now I have Chutes and Ladders. And that's just the sound of bagpipes. There will be a lot of funerals for NPCs, and then there'll be new NPCs popping up. Although less in number, because their numbers are dwindling. Why? Their time is running out. Good luck, Empresses, Divine Femmes. Those Queens who are walking alone because 10 of Wands, you can't trust anybody. Ace of Swords. In some cases, you are actually protected. They just don't know. With the Ace of Swords, King of Coins, Magician. Some people fucked her. 10 of Cups, 2 of Wands. I do get an energy if they have no idea how protected and divinely, all of that bullshit you are. The good shit, 2 of Wands, but they can't attach. 3 of Coins, you are balanced now. I do see with these less monitoring spirits, there will be new players on the chessboard as well. Why? Because the Queen does... While you do have an army, an invisible army, they will also bring some more people into your 3D that are good. So maybe part of the test is discerning the good from the bad. How are your eyes? Last night, I'm not going to say too much because it sounds bad shit, but I had an encounter with a thing that tried to run up on me. It was this hag. It wasn't... I don't think it was the actual demon. It seemed like I don't know what to describe it as. I was outside when this was happening, and it was after midnight. So, anyway, I could just see this running at me. And I wasn't having it. So I just kind of looked at it. I can't tell you what face I made because I don't know. I didn't see myself. And it just froze in terror. And then I just kind of did this weird thing and poked its eye out. And then it ran off screaming. So I'm assuming I'll find out later what the fuck that means. Sometimes it's a representation of something else. It's not. And other times it was a really weird supernatural encounter. And I always have these weird things run up on me. And then I either poke their fucking eye out, or I dissolved. I don't know how I did that. One just kind of stopped and started crying when it saw me and left. So I left that one alone because it left. It didn't do anything. I'm like, I can't harm something that isn't trying to cause harm, because just because something isn't pretty doesn't mean it's not good. It's the soul, it's the intention of the things. That one I'm a little confused on. But the hag thing that ran up, I don't know what it just seemed like a drunk, drugged out, like almost like a Tasmanian devil, but it wasn't. It was just like running all crazed, but it was not anything. It felt very low level. Whatever it was. I live in a very haunted place, Las Vegas, so it's not uncommon to see things. Paddywhack gave the dog a bone. This old man came rolling home. And some of you, same thing. With the veil, everything being kind of flipped and switched, some of you are starting to see it and see more things like that now. Don't worry about it, baby. Don't worry about it. Some of... Nine of Wands, they can't hurt you. Ace of Wands, most of them, 5 of Cups, are more afraid of you than you are of it. Why? Because King of Swords, bitch. Mary had a little lamb as fleet as white as snow. Mary had a little lamb as fleet as white as snow. Because Mary had a little lamb. Mary had a little lamb as fleet as white as snow. I'm going to leave it there. Back in the day, Mary was a title, not a first name.